Hi, and welcome to Danny After Dark. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a notification or a new episode. Tonight is the weekly True Crime and Chill. There is quite a bit to discuss, so I am looking forward to going over all of it with y'all. Mr. Beckham will be fashionably late as always, but in the meantime, happy Friday, everyone. I don't know about y'all. It's been a long week. It has been a super, super long week. But nonetheless, we are here. We are here. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. A few administrative things before we jump into the show tonight. So if you missed last night's show, y'all, go back and rewatch. Or if you watched it, go back and rewatch. We discussed so much. And if you're saying who was we, because you missed it, Paul from the Paulcast was on, and we had Anthony D. Maria and Marshall Terrell, the authors of, and I have it right here, J. Sebring, Cutting to the Truth. So I did a review of the book a few weeks ago, and we were able to have them on last night, and they will be back for a part 2 because there's so much to discuss in regards to J. Sebring, his life, his career, his murder, as well as kind of the aftermath of his business and his legacy. And we're really just giving Anthony and Marshall the platform to set the record straight. It's been over 50 years. So when it comes to J. Sebring, let's set the record straight. So if you missed last night, definitely go back and check it out. The messages I've received from so many of you who were able to watch it, I mean, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's been so incredibly positive, and I will be passing all of that feedback on to Anthony and Marshall and Paul too, I guess. So we really, really appreciate it. So yes, stay tuned for part 2. I will announce when that will be once we get that finalized. I don't know, but so next week is Thanksgiving here, right? If you're in the States. And then we're into December. And December is so crazy busy, not just for me, but for everybody. And I get that. So I'm really working hard behind the scenes to make sure that I have, good content shows for y'all in the meantime, while also still trying to navigate a holiday season. I don't know, super busy, but that's okay. Also, speaking of next week, so Thanksgiving falls on Thursday, which is ordinarily when we would do book club, which is the last Thursday of the month. So due to that, I scheduled it 2 days earlier, which I know Tuesday nights might not be, we're working together here, right? So if you want to partake in book club and be on camera, if you have read the book, or just kind of watch from the chat, or just watch off camera and off chat and just enjoy, we will be discussing Nobody's Girl by Virginia Roberts Giuffre, a memoir of surviving abuse and fighting for justice. I have officially finished my notes. I have a lot. It's a must read for sure. So I'm really, really excited that this was voted on for this month's book club. I mean, by a landslide. So I'm looking forward to that. Some upcoming things to also talk about. A date has officially been set. I am so excited to bring my girl on, my fellow true crime, I think it's a term of endearment, book nerd friend. So, and if you're saying, who is that? Let me show you. True Crime with Tiff Klein. She will be on the show with me, and that will be done the first week of December. So Tuesday, December 2nd, and that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to be doing it an hour earlier than I normally would. So yes, stay tuned for that. I'm so excited to have Tiff on and talk about her as well as her podcast. Y'all, she has a new podcast. Check it out if you have not. But we will talk all about it when she's on. So I'm really looking forward to having her on the show. As well as also later that same week over on my friend James's channel. James is the one that comes on every birthday season with definitely a true spirit of just who he is as a person. And I will link his channel once he puts the show up for our collab. Every year, me and James, not James Watson in the chat, so nobody get carried away, but me and James do a holiday collab. And this year will be our 5th holiday collab. So I just finished making just a little art piece for it. Again, when he creates the show, I will post it so everybody can check that out. And that will be on his channel. So it will be our annual holiday collab. This year, we will be counting down our top 10 holiday gifts. And again, that will be Friday, December 5th. And it will be really, really cool because at the end of it, James always opens up his StreamYard to anybody who wants to kind of come on and just kind of hang out with us after we do our countdown. So stay tuned for that. And then jumping ahead several months. So let's just skip over winter and pretend it never happened, especially if you're like me here in New England and you just are not ready for the cold and the snow and the ice. April, warmer times, warmer weathers. I officially have promotion and I will be posting it on Instagram. I've just been so busy those last 2 days. I haven't gotten a chance, but I wanted to share it with you guys first. So I will be at the Beyond the Crime convention in April in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I do have a discount code, which is Beyond Dark, if anybody is planning on going and wants to save a little bit on their ticket. And you guys, I will be doing a live show there. I will be doing a show. I'm so nervous and excited and everything all wrapped in one. I did wrap up and finish what I wanted to do for a show there, but I will keep that under wraps for now. But I, did go over that with the organizers. I'm like, here's what I want to discuss when I do my show, and got the green light. So I'm so excited, so excited. So again, if anybody in April wants to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the Beyond the Crime convention, and you want to save a little bit on your ticket, yeah, the code is Beyond Dark. And I will post this on Instagram for people to see as well. But I'm so excited for that. So while I was chatting away, it's 9:10 and Beckham. 9:10. That's basically
Yo.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm early. Appreciate it.
I mean, that's still 10 minutes late, but early for you for sure. But
don't give me shit, Danny. I worked on my day off.
Beckham, I feel like I'm not a true friend to you if I don't give you shit every single day of my existence.
What's up?
You worked on your day off. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I didn't know you were supposed to have today off.
Yeah, but I still had to work.
Oh. Beckham, here's Beckham.
The power
working hard for the people.
That's right. That is true. I am working hard for the people.
Yeah. So why don't you work hard and be a doll and get me a coffee? How about that?
What's up, man?
Nothing, man. Just kind of recapping things that are coming up, going on, and yeah, really, really excited. So I think you were in the chat for a little bit last night for the Anthony and Marshall and Paul show about Jay Sebring in the book.
Yeah. I started in there, and then and then I came back towards the end. So you guys had a long show. I know that.
We did, which is awesome. But I will say it was. So we did our live show. Obviously you chat a little bit after the camera goes off, and then by the time
Yeah.
I was like, all right, let me wind down, go to bed. I got 3.5 hours of sleep before I had to be up for work. Which,
Wow.
I mean, I would do it again and again. Like having Anthony and Marshall on, not Paul, but Anthony and Marshall on, amazing. But yeah, I was struggling today. I went to my place and got my protein coffee. And then I got home from work and I was just like, nah, I'm taking a nap. Like, but I am here. I am
Yeah.
revitalized. I am ready to go.
Yeah,
But
it sounded. I mean, it was very informative. You had some great, the guests, and Paul was on, and yeah, seems like you guys had a good time, and you guys had some talkers on last night for sure.
Anthony and Marshall, they definitely have, I mean, there's a lot
They
to
have,
talk
yeah. I
about
mean, and they
today.
have the energy to do it too. Like it didn't seem like the energy ever fell for
Yeah.
that long of a show. That's a long time, man. And I'm telling you, staying on that long, and without like you know, buzzers or buzzer, without
Buzzers?
drink. Well, like something to keep you going, like energy drinks,
Oh, okay.
coffee, something. You kept it going, man. Like for 3, that's a long time to be on.
So are you saying that you're not able to perform for 3 hours? Is that what I'm
Oh
getting
my
from
God.
that?
Whatever.
I see
Anyway,
Shelly in the chat. My
so
condolences.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I started it. I had to do some stuff. Came back around towards the end. I was like, man, they're still going. And I think James Watson was even cracking jokes about the whole time thing. It's kind of funny. So yeah, it was good.
It's not a show if James Watson is not cracking jokes in the chat. But anyway, so yes, I'm not to neglect any of you in the chat. So let's see who's here tonight. James Watson, first and foremost. No, there will be no Paul here tonight. I respect and care about you as my audience, and I would not put you through 2 nights in a row. So do not worry, James. I got you. Zach from Campbell SSC Productions. Hello. Meow.
Dude, I remember.
Chris James Watson. Oh my God. Chris James. Hello.
Dude, I remember one time I was like in that time period when we were like during COVID. I was on a show with Cap, and he's like, "All right, man, I'm gonna leave my thing going," and it was already like we already had been on like 2 or 3 hours, and I was like, "All right." He's like, I ran out of, he ran out of drink, so he was gonna go walk to the liquor store, and he left it on, and I was like, okay, well, if you're gonna do that, then I'm gonna go take a shower, and I'll be right back or something. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to Cat. Did you ever come? I don't think he ever came back.
He never came back.
He never came
He
back.
just left the stream going.
He left, but he left it on, right? It was just like
Yep.
just sitting there on.
Yep. Oh, he sure did.
Um,
Yeah.
that was funny. I think
Oh,
you were
the
on there
good
for a
old
little bit.
days. The
You were
good
on there
old
like
days.
earlier in the show for a while, and then yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, when the world was shut down and we just hung out all that's
Cap
how
was like,
I
"Hey,
met you and Paul, which is like
Cap's like,
that
I'm
was
out of
5
beer."
years ago.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm out of beer. I'll be back, guys. I promise. I'll be back. I'm just gonna walk over to the liquor store." Okay. I was thinking, all right, it's not that far. He says he's gonna walk. He'll be like maybe 20 minutes. The motherfucker never
I
came
was like, "Did
back.
you walk to the other state? What?" And then I'm like, "Should we call 911? But where do we tell them to look? We
I
don't
was like, man, I'm
know."
gonna go take a shower. He's taking too long. And I came back, and he's still not. I was like, all right, I'm out. I guess he's not coming back.
Oh my God. I totally forgot about that. That's from the past, the good old YouTube days of pandemic. Man. Hey,
Yeah,
Tony
that
Stewart,
was
good to
funny.
see you. K Dog, hello. Renee, Capone. Danny, I like your hair and look. Thank you, Tony Stewart. I got it done yesterday. So yeah, I feel like every time I go, it just gets blonder and blonder, which is fine. Yeah, and then she just kind of added some layers to it and straightened it out for me because my girl knows I got curly hair, but no, she straightened it and I love it, love it, love it. Free the Beckham. No, we don't need that shit.
Oh wow, what's up, Les from the from a
Thank you.
Hawaiian restaurant. Nice.
I'm behind. I'm getting there. Hey, Kane. Hey,
Sorry, I'm going
Doug.
to. I'm just like, why? I haven't talked to Lesh in a minute, but that's why I was like,
Thank you.
hey.
Yep. She went lighter. Let's see. Hey, Shelly. Let's see. Catnap. It totally. No, it was like a catnap is what 20 minutes or an hour. This was like hours, but it was needed. Which means like now I won't be able to fall asleep till like 4. Hey Bert, good to see you, and thank you for being in the show
Well,
chat
what's up,
last
Bert?
night.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, man, Bert was at I got a message from him last night. He was like he went to El Coyote, and it was like, hey, look at me, I got free parking. I was like, oh man, I love that place. I was
Oh
like,
man, love Bert.
congrats. Enjoy your dinner.
Okay, well, you had a good show in spite of Paul being on. Thank you, K Dog. You got to work with what you have, right?
I did catch what's his name doing the impressions.
Wait, what?
He was doing the impressions. I thought that was funny.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Is he like an actor too, or was?
Anthony?
Or yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I linked.
Yeah, he has that personality. That's what I'm saying. Like he's got that creative personality, and yeah, and I could see him being able to talk to you forever.
Yep. I totally forgot to. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to mention during last night's show. If people go back to the show and do the drop down bar, I listed the information and websites for both Marshall and Anthony, including their IMDb.
Oh, there you go. Man, I figured. I was like, these guys, when I was listening to them talk and their engagement with you and Paul, I was like, man, these guys have got to do more than just this. I could tell just from just listening to them in a short amount of time. I could tell. And then when he was doing the impressions, I was like, oh no, this guy's got, he probably does a little bit of something, so yeah, I could tell for sure.
Well, they're both, I mean, I could easily have done a show interviewing just each of them on their own individual success and career and accomplishments. So it's like, I almost feel bad, like being like, all right, tell us quickly about yourself and then let's go on to the book. But I mean, because they both have just an amazing resume of what they have.
Yeah, you could tell, man. I mean, I could tell. I remember I didn't know nothing about him really. I know Anthony and just a little bit of what his uncle's stuff, but I didn't know nothing about his past or anything. But I could just tell just from listening to him and the other guy talk and engage. Marshall, and then just doing all that. And then I was like, yeah, these guys can do some stuff, or have done some stuff. So yeah.
Well said, Beckham. They've done some stuff. Check out their IMDb. Check them out for their stuff. Thank you, Wolf. Lesh Hun. Oh my God, Lesh, we need to connect and like touch base. It has been forever, but I hope you are doing good.
Yeah, Lesh was one of the first people you and I met after you and we met on that trip to LA. And he never spills of water. I'm telling you that right now.
I miss Lesh. You're amazing, hun. Enjoy Hawaii. Text me pictures, hun. That's amazing. Let's see. I don't want to miss anyone. Hey, Corey Novak, good to see you. Anthony was in Deadwood. Yes, he was. And Bert had asked a question, so we talked a little bit about that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. I watched Deadwood.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody, I know I'm a little bit behind in the chat, so my apologies, hon. Anybody at any time, if you have a show or like a podcast or a YouTube channel, please put it in the comments for everybody to check out. Absolutely. I am a huge supporter of friends supporting friends. So absolutely. Yeah. Beers and I, we go back. I mean, Beckham, we go back to like 2000.
Oh, yeah, we were there. I mean, we were there from the beginning with him.
Beers was the first person when I never watched I was always on like YouTube watching other content creators, like, for different things like makeup tutorials and just, or whatever I was interested in. And then the pandemic hit. And now people were doing live shows, or maybe they have been, and I just wasn't aware because I was just super busy with life. And I'm like, what is a live show? And I didn't know. And I went into, Stoner's chat at the time, and I just was like, hi. It was really weird. Beers was the first person to acknowledge me and say, like, hey, like, how are you? Like, nice to meet you. Like, so yeah, Beers, you will always be the first
Dude.
person yeah, I'll always remember that. I will
One
always
more,
remember that.
one more, Captain, Spalding Entertainment story, Beers story. I got him to go somehow get on Stoner's, and while Stoner walked away and play Doo Doo Brown on their live. Oh man, look
Oh,
it
I
up,
remember
people.
that.
The video, Doo Doo Brown.
Oh my God, Beckham. My mistake for thinking you were in Hawaii, but a
Oh,
Hawaiian restaurant in LA
he's in
is
a
just
Hawaiian restaurant in
same
LA.
thing. Same thing.
Dude, we thought you were in Hawaii. That's funny.
Beers was Danny's first. I mean, if we want to get the gossip things going, yes. If fact is a fact. Driving hard to type, so general. Driving hard to type. Do not type while you drive, Bert. But enjoy, take care, drive safely. Okay, I think I am up to date. If I missed anybody, my apologies.
Kind of pushed you through that.
I have one Beckham story of him thinking he could
Oh
drink.
my God, I did.
Yes.
That was embarrassing.
Oh, I loved that. I was there
Oh
for
my
that.
God.
We weren't on camera at the same time. That was.
I
Was
passed
it
out on
actually?
camera, dude. On
Was it
camera.
Halloween of 2000 or 2020? Not 2000.
2020.
Of 2020 or 2021, I forget. I think it was 2000.
I don't.
I keep saying 2000, 2020, because Beers did a Halloween show.
And that's the one that I think I passed out on.
It
Yeah,
was.
dude. I literally fell. Dude, I woke up on the floor. I'm not even joking. And what's his name was on there too. He has his own music channel. God, I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, it wasn't. Oh my God, dude! I got up. Okay, so I woke up at like 4:30. I'll never forget. I woke up off the floor. The mouse, and the keyboard were all like laying on the floor by me, and I woke up, and I was like, "What the hell happened?" And then I got back to the computer, and I think Beers was still going, or he was about to end it. And I was like, "Man, what happened?" He's like, "You passed out, and you fell out."
You like fell on your keyboard.
Yeah, I did. But then I fell on the floor. Like I fell off
Yeah.
the chair. And I was like, was it bad? I was like, was it bad? Was it bad?
It was.
Like,
We told you no, but it was.
He's like, no, you're fine. It was good. It was okay. It was good. Dude,
of course, that's what we had to tell you at the time. Yeah, I went on when Beers start. We'll get into the true crime part soon, y'all. When Beers did his Halloween show, I came on earlier in the night when it kind of first started, and I had like I think my outfit was like Baywatch. It was like a t-shirt with Baywatch with like the cute little shorts, and like it just, of course, I like, you're in a pandemic, and I'm like, I still want to look cute even though it's Halloween and everybody's in lockdown. So I like did a full face of like big false lashes. Like I was just like, I am going for it, because what straightened my hair. And I think I took a picture of me at some point just to be like, oh my gosh, yes, at home doing nothing, but still trying to live or something, live a little bit, have fun. And I went on earlier in the night and then bounced to the chat and just kind of hung out there. And then you came on later in the night. What were you, Zorro?
No, I had a black hat and like a mask for one of those.
Yeah, yep.
One of those masquerade party thingies, masks
Okay.
on. Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we were pounding them back. Like, and there people would come in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And they, of course, they're playing music. They're playing music this whole time. So we weren't just like talking. Like Beers has a music channel, and he's from the. I think he's from the vinyl community, the music community.
Yeah.
So for people out there listening, there was always music being played all the time. So, you know, when we were doing these hangouts, because the world was shut down, you couldn't go anywhere.
Yep. Oh, the good old days. The good old days.
When like
Left.
the alcohol like sales skyrocketed the most ever in history.
I love when Brother Beers yelled at his mom or someone during his live. Yeah, I remember that. In Macca did too. Macca's mom yelled at him.
Oh, I forgot about Macca.
Oh, I remember. Oh, the good old
man. Days. Yeah. Yeah, I think he had a couple of big dogs.
Beagle. All right, folks. We're 25 minutes in, so I know some of you guys are like, get to the damn true crime. All right, so let's get there. Yeah. So, okay. There's two things that the Liz who was supposed to join tonight was not able to, but she did send me the information for it. So I'll do that first before I get to our document. So, okay. This broke today. So there isn't a lot of information, but Boston related. So for those who are interested, an apparent human skull was unearthed in Boston's Seaport district. So that area, oh my God, the Boston Seaport is stunning for anybody who has been there.
Did we go? No.
No, we didn't go to the Seaport.
Remember when Shelly almost crashed the boat?
Oh, wait, was that boat ride out of
do you remember that? And then the guy was like, excuse me, we need to get another driver.
Yeah. I think we left.
Dude, Shelly was like leading the boat right into the rocks, dude, or something. Remember that?
Yeah. I think we did.
I forgot about that.
Left out of the Seaport, but we didn't hang around there. The tour started from there, but we didn't hang around there.
Yeah, don't let Shelly ever drive a boat.
God. So workers who were digging through this is just from the article directly. So I'm all credit for this goes to 7 News. Workers were digging through concrete and explained off camera that they stumbled upon the skull. And there is a picture online. So if you guys go online, you can see the picture. So right away, they alerted police. Quote, I mean, it is surprising that something like that happens you see in the movies, end quote. And then he said, quote, but you know, it does happen, unfortunately. So again, this happened on Friday. The general contractor declined to comment when News 7 reached out to them. But again, the police have been notified. Massport has been notified, as well as the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office. And they confirmed it was a skull and they took it for further testing. So for those who are in the area, or I mean, even out, I'm not in the Seaport area, but I'm just outside. So needless to say right now, like on like the kind of Boston blogs, like word is going crazy. There's so many questions. How did the skull end up there? How did it get buried? Who did it? I know right away my mind went to like the mob. But
why does the mob always get blamed?
That's if funny. I'm wrong. We'll see. My mind went there initially. Liz had some theories too, but she's not on camera for me to say. And I didn't ask, hey, can I say your theory? So I don't want to, But yeah, that broke today, which is kind of interesting. I think I see people acknowledging Paul in the chat.
Hey, did you? Oh yeah, I think Paul came in real quick. Hey, did you hear about the body that the remains they found in Vegas in the desert that actually was linked to a mob hit or a mob murder?
Capone, I think you messaged me that.
Yeah. So finally, Capone, one of the bodies out in the desert. I keep asking Capone every week. Hey, they find any more bodies in the desert, mob related? Okay. Finally, got one.
Calm down, Beckham. Calm down. So publicly, I want to shout out Capone. You are a rock star. Thank you. You are on top of sending me like so many different news clips and articles and videos. I see them. I go through them. I can't always necessarily at the time you provide it because life is so beyond busy right now. It's crazy. I keep joking to everybody in my life. I'm like, I keep thinking there's more than 24 hours in a day. And I need to remember, no, There's only 24. So stop booking 40 to 50 hours worth of stuff in a day. But I do see everything you send me. So Capone, you are amazing. Thank you for keeping me up to in the loop with everything that's going on right now. Because there's so much. And he's just like, here you go. Here's this. Here's the Capone. You're amazing. You're amazing.
What does that say as a society?
It says don't go to Vegas right now. Because chances are something's gonna happen, and Capone's gonna send me the article, and I'll have to cover it here on Danny After Dark.
Oh my god!
Bert is saying, speaking of mass, I'm working on a show about Lizzie Borden right now.
Oh wow!
Awesome. I went to the Lizzie
hey
Borden
man, Bert's
show.
got the scoop. He's on the sets.
There's so much misinformation about that case. So, Bert, message me if you need details. But I'm sure. And I just want to know about the show. So message me anyway. My email, thedannyafterdark@gmail.com. Message me. But that's so cool. That is so cool. They would have found it, Karen.
Dude, when we met Bert and we had dinner, it was funny. I said, hey, look what I got. And I showed him a knife. And he's like, oh, you think that's a knife? he like lowered, he picked up his pant and took out a bigger knife from his boot. It was kind of funny.
I remember that.
He's like, that you think that's a knife? Check this one out. He's like,
that was at the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. He reached down. He reached down and like over his pant, by his boot, and like he took out this massive knife. I was like, oh, all right, you got me there. It's funny.
That was prior to Paul getting sick and going to the ER. That was, I think, the day before. But that Mexican restaurant, that it's like a big group of us who went to the ranch that they went to, so good. Honestly, that was still to this day one of, like, going to a restaurant, one of the best like sides of guacamole I've ever had. It was so good.
It was just funny. But hey, what did Capone just put a story that just happened?
The mob bobbed an old school Italian restaurant here the other day. There's Capone.
Did you mean like back in the day or like yesterday?
No, the other day.
I didn't see anything in the news, but wow, that's wild.
Well, then you need to be friends with Capone off of YouTube. And
so you knew about it? You don't have that story to cover around here tonight?
I don't. Oh my gosh, I don't. My apologies.
We can just do the show off we can just do the tonight show off the chat tonight. Everybody's bringing energy.
I need to legit just sit down and be like, all right, Capone, I'm booting Beckham from the show tonight. You're going to be on with me. And we just have to do a Vegas, like, what the hell is going on in Vegas right now, true crime wise. Like, there's just so much. There's so much. Hey, good to see you. Welcome. I saw Bird at the Sebring movie and book signing. Oh, awesome. Yeah, he said this week. Yeah. Was there free parking? Oh my God. So the other thing, and then I'll get to the Google Doc, was camera roll. Oh, okay, here we go. Remember, was it last week though? I don't think you were on last week. So Alan Jackson, attorney for the Karen Read trial, and we do have more to talk about with Karen Read, he had basically penned a letter that the Massachusetts Post Commission investigate Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox. He had made basically untruthful and dishonest statements, and it's come out from a lawsuit that he basically asked another officer to falsify a report regarding another officer. Which I talked about it last week. It's a big deal. Like, this is a very big deal. So and again, Commissioner Cox also made a public statement after the Karen Read trial in regard to Officer Kelly Deaver, like, oh, I've never met her. I don't know. But it's come out through documents that, yes, you did. Yes, you met with her. Obviously, what was said behind closed door, we can't, that's just speculation, but it's been untruthful. So the Mass Post Commission responded, what was it, yesterday, they will not be launching an investigation into allegations of dishonesty and unbecoming conduct regarding Boston Police Commissioner Michael Cox. That sucks.
Not surprised.
That sucks.
Not surprised.
There's so much corruption in Boston. I mean everywhere, right? But in Boston right now with law enforcement, and it really, really sucks because there's so many good officers, and it's horrible. It's scary. It is scary.
It's scary when it involves you and your rights.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And in regards to like if people, putting the Karen Reed case aside, there have been other things that have come up regarding him. And again, a fellow officer has filed a lawsuit against him that, Commissioner Cox wanted me to falsify documents to basically cover the ass of another one when it was bad and should not have been. It's insane. It's insane. Shelly, oh my goodness, corruption in Boston. I'm breaking news. I'm Paul's better half. Oh, hi, Paul's better. I was like, wait, what?
Wait, the better half, the better Paul's here?
So no, where is the better Paul? I am concerned.
Dude, it's been like a year now. I think it's been like a year.
I thought you said you were Paul's better half, and I was like, James. Hey, Karen Diamond, good to see you. Thank you.
Hello, Karen. Hello.
She's in Australia, not the UK.
Still, it's all the same. They have like similar flags.
I know, Shelly. No, it's wild. It's wild. But while we're talking about it, all right, now we're getting to the Google Doc, the one that Beckham never reads in advance, but I prep it anyway, so he doesn't know I'm off script. So Karen Reed.
You sent it to me like 30 minutes, 20 minutes before the show.
I did.
Take it back.
You wouldn't have read it anyway.
I might have. I might have been up. I've been like, hey,
this is the
I'm
one
I'm gonna go ahead and read it.
early.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and read it this time.
I worked with a guy whose wife threw ass. Well, oh my God. I have read stories about that happening. The fact that you knew Wolf, that is wild. That is horrific. James is saying Chicago criminal had like 70 crimes on his sheet, was just let off again, and he went and torched someone.
It's the judges, man. That's not on the police officer. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize it's not the cops. It's not the actual department. It's on the judges. They're the ones that make the leniency on these criminals.
K-Dog, thank you for bringing that up. So Karen Reed's father did do an interview this past week about the lawsuits that have been filed. And that's what we're going to. So what the interview that K-Dog's referring to about Karen Reed's dad, which I love Karen Reed's dad, by the way. I met like every day where I was there at the courthouse. He would come out, individually take the time to like every single person, like, thank you for being here to support my daughter. Like, just regardless of what you feel about Karen Reed, whether you think she's innocent, guilty, like just a class act gentleman. Like, love Karen Reed's dad. So this week, Karen Reed has filed a lawsuit accusing members of the Massachusetts State Police and several others of targeting her and shielding the real killers of police officer John O'Keefe. The lawsuit says, quote, for 3.5 years, plaintiff Karen Reed, who was wrongly accused of homicide and subjected to suspension, arrest, 2 prosecutions, and public condemnation, all resulting from the gross misconduct of the Massachusetts State Police and those working in tandem with the MSP to shield the liability, the party or parties responsible for the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe III. The House defendants responsible for Mr. O'Keefe's death, some of whom had professional experience with police investigations, concocted a plan immediately after the altercation to avoid culpability and frame Miss Reed. End quote. The allegations from the lawsuit also added that the state police investigators allowed the defendant to redirect the investigation away from themselves and toward Karen. And in anybody who kind of watched the trials, I think you're kind of like, yeah, we saw that. So who is being sued? Several people. Brian Higgins, one of Beckham's favorites. Class act with flirting with women 101.
Oh God, I remember. Do you remember when we did a show about that?
Oh yeah, I sure do. Nicole and Brian Albert, they were the homeowners. And when I say were, they sold their house, they poured concrete in the basement, they tore out the rugs, they sold the dog or rehomed the dog. That home had been in the family for generations. Yeah, Nicole and Brian Albert. Jennifer and Matthew McCabe. We don't need to say more about Jen McCabe. Former Trooper Michael Proctor and Trooper Yuri Buchanan, also known as Trooper Bukaki. So the thing is, the law enforcement officers are being sued personally, not being a police officer. And it's kind of hard for me to describe it. In the way that is done, it means that the union cannot represent Proctor. Well, I mean, Proctor no longer works for them, or Bukaki during this. So they're being sued personally.
Yeah, so they have to defend themselves on their own and their own money.
Which means they kind of don't have the backing of the union and the police department. So that is a very calculated.
Would they want to back them? I mean, as much as we've seen how erroneous that their ability to investigate a homicide was. I mean, how else can I put it?
Yep.
Can I add any other word? Can you add any other words to what I just said?
I think you pretty much summed it up pretty clearly. I mean, think about it, Beckham. Also, to go off what you're saying, the union did back Trooper Proctor trying to get his job back until they didn't.
Until they didn't, right? That statement that they put out, what, a month ago or a month, whatever it's been now?
A few weeks ago, yeah.
It was, oh man, that was a statement, if I've ever read one. Of like, yeah, we're not, let's
in light
of,
let's
take side, let's go off stage right. How does that saying go? Stage off, stage left. Stage left.
Yeah, it was.
It's like they disappeared. They did that whole Homer Simpson into the grass meme thing.
That is visually the best way to describe it.
They were just backed away, like off camera, dude. Off stage.
In the same statement, it was like hopefully this will kind of,
it was bad,
put to rest, or kind of stop any. I forget exactly what was said, and it's like,
yeah, it was bad.
No, this was one person of a whole bunch of people that weren't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Remember I told you wait real quick before we started on this, like last year, I told you, what about the supervisors? What about upper management? What is going to happen to them? You never heard not one thing about any boy was what's his name, but above him, right? Above Bukaki or whatever,
Bukaki, yep.
Yeah, above him. You never heard anything above him, did you? Did we? No. He
testified in the first trial, but everybody kind of slid by because Proctor was the focus.
Yeah, that's true. They wanted to nail Proctor. And
then when he was nailed, then it's like, all right, who was involved with him?
Boom.
Yeah.
The next one up, I guess, right? It was the next one up.
Yeah, Bukaki was his super. Yeah.
Right.
It just dominoes fallen. And it's not just this case. It's scary.
We don't know what's going to happen with all the other ones he had access, or he actually was working on, right? We still don't know what's going to happen with all those. Like, I think you said there's like 19 of them. 19 is the number.
Right now it's up to 19.
19, right?
But there's still the state is still going through his messages, so it could affect more.
Holy crap! Okay.
It's bad. And remember he went on camera the day the verdict was announced and said, He'd never done that before. His emotions were high because this was the death of another law enforcement officer, and his better judgment got the best of him. Well, that was a lie. And Beckham, what was it that he said in that interview?
That it was the
the
best
Karen Reed
work.
investigation the way he did every
Yeah.
single case.
Right. It was his best work, like he does every case that he's worked. And we're
He didn't just say I did my job. He said I handled this case the way I did all of them. That was his words.
Right.
I don't know what to say. Beckham, you still want to move to Boston?
No way, Jose.
So anyway, just to jump back quickly. So the lawsuit also alleges that the investigation was biased from the start. Quote, our complaint lays out in stark detail the malicious prosecution, the conspiracy, the civil rights violations, and the intentional misconduct that the defendants visited upon an innocent woman, end quote. So that is the lawsuit that Karen Reed's father did a interview with the media to discuss. So that's regarding that. In regards to keeping everybody posted, we definitely will. There's a lot going on right now, and things are kind of jammed in the process, which kind of makes sense because the O'Keeffes are suing Karen Reed civilly. Karen Reed is now launching these lawsuits against all of these individuals. There's rumblings from the McCabe's in the Alberts that they're possibly going to be countersuing, or again, just rumblings. Don't quote me on that. There's a lot.
There needs to be. I mean, I don't understand from the family of O'Keefe that. Do you not see how bad this investigation was? Like, seriously, like, open your eyes, man. That guy went in there and something happened. Like, there was a cover up. Like, you wouldn't have had an ATF agent go through a military base. And the reason he was let on that base is because of his badge. He probably lied to whoever the security. You just can't enter a military base. So he lied to get on the military base. I don't know why he was there or how or what.
Well, we know he was there disposing of.
I know, but I know like what.
But what he told them.
Exactly. He might have lied. He lied to the military MPs that were at the gate. Not everybody can just go in. That they are tight security about that. You need your military badge or a government issued badge to clear you to go through that gate. And he went through that gate. He lied. I'm pretty sure he lied to the MPs to get through there. And he thought it was a good idea to dispose of his phone. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't understand how they're wasting their time going after Karen. They're wasting their time, if you ask me. I know it's my opinion, but like, holy crap. It's everywhere. It's there. I don't that's, to me, it's like, what are y'all doing?
So I'm going off of what you said, and I've said this since for quite a while, that even if in my mind, even if the O'Keeffes in their heart of hearts believe Karen did it, at least look at Mass State Police, the Canton Police, those who covered this and worked your brother, your son, your loved one's case, and say, you fucked this up, so now our loved one cannot get justice.
Right.
This cannot happen.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, go that route. Go that route. You're right.
Go that route.
You're right. Yeah.
How are they not like?
That would probably be better. That would be better.
Because this was the death of a Boston police officer.
Yeah.
There's not that you wouldn't. All deaths are supposed to be looked at and, autopsied and covered the same way. Like, everybody deserves that dignity. This was a Boston police officer, and this is how you handle the case. Oh, speaking of that, I took a picture and I posted it several weeks ago. One of my close friends from dance. When I went to practice, she was like, a few weeks ago, she's like, I got you a gift. And well, she said her and her cat got me a gift. I babysit, watch her cat sometimes. Anyway, Beckham, you've already seen this. These red Solo cups.
That's funny.
Canton PD Forensics. Love it. Love it. All right. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now.
That's a good point, Danny. That they should be doing that route, if anything.
Yeah. All right. I know I'm a bit behind in the chat. I don't want to. Never forget, Danny said she was guilty at one point. Capone, I 100%. Yeah, at the beginning, kind of before the trial started, just going on by
the first time early on, you're talking like
before the first trial,
early 2024 or 2023.
2023.
Yeah, okay, that's a long time. Yeah,
that was when she just had attorney Yannetti. She didn't have Jackson, or maybe she did have Jackson at this point. This was like the pre-trial hearings. Yeah, I can't remember, but there was so much that hadn't come out yet, and I was just like, okay. And law enforcement were like, no, we have the evidence. Wait for it. And I'm like, okay. And in the way Karen had presented herself, and I do stand by, she would come down be on camera and smirking in the facial expressions, which I'm like, ugh, it didn't look well to the public. 100%. I'll be the first to say that.
Capone's calling you out.
Capone,
do you think Karen is guilty, or do you think it was just a complete cover-up, police cover-up? Because it was one of,
I think it was a complete cover-up.
Yeah.
After listening to the trials, and there's no evidence. The
I get it.
Experts can't prove her vehicle hit him. But that's a whole conversation in itself. But no.
Hey, let's do that shoulder thing. Like, you're gonna run into me here.
That by what was it, Judd Welcher?
And then they literally paid that dude $400,000 to just say, oh wait, let me run in my shoulder in it.
And then Shannon Burgess, who no longer works at Aperture.
Yeah, so it was a disgrace.
But yeah, no, Capone, you are right, 100%. And I think that's one of the things where I'm like, okay, how can other people not see what we all saw? But it is what it is. Wolf, I would not be surprised. I would not.
I've heard some crazy things about the Koberger case this week.
Yeah.
He might opt out of his plea or something, and they could go back to trial. I don't know. I don't know anything like that, but
there's a lot of speculation right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but Tony Stewart's right. And Wolf as well for pointing that out. There was, he's fighting paying the families. In the amount that he's supposed to pay them got increased recently. And but this is one of those things that we see it not just with this case where, the judge orders this, perpetrator, now accused, to pay the victim's family like $5 million compensation. But where are you going to get that? Yes, they have their canteen and they get their donations or money sent to them from family members and whatnot, and they can have a job in prison and they earn some money, and that some of that can be garnished. But yeah, no, Koberger's going to fight. He's not going to go away.
No, and especially if somehow some crazy ways he ends up back in court, that would be wild. That would be wild.
Lots of YouTubers think Koberger's innocent. The evidence coming out seems that he pled guilty. Guilty.
Yeah, but why? It could be a reason why.
I've not heard that. I'm sure there is. There's always going to be.
There's a lot of stuff going on in Reddit.
I don't do Reddit.
I know, but there's a lot of people do stuff in Reddit, and they've actually, the people in Reddit have named possible suspects, possible other motives to that case. And a lot of people believe that Koberger was just a fall guy on Reddit. I'm just telling you. I know what happened. Yeah.
Russell, I saw you sneak in.
Russell, go Cowboys.
Bucky's is the best. Russell
Oh
Bucky's
my
is
God, Lucky's is
amazing.
awesome, dude. Y'all have, if you haven't been, I mean, you'll tell them, Danny, how good Bucky's is.
Okay, Paul, you were right. Okay, when I first went to visit family in Texas, my aunt and uncle were like, "Oh, Bucky's," and I'm like, they're like, "Oh, you have to go to Bucky's." I'm like, "What's Bucky's?" So like, it's a gas station chain. I'm like, "What?" And I was a germaphobe before COVID. So before it became cool, I was a germaphobe, and they knew this. Everybody knows this in my life. And they're like, "It's the cleanest bathrooms you will ever see in your life." And I'm like, at a gas station. Pristine bathrooms. I was like, oh my gosh. But besides the damn cleanliness of the place, it's just so cool. The merch is cool. The food is cool.
Shelly has
Oh
a
my
little
God.
Bucky guy on her desk at work.
I will be out and I'll
Dude.
see somebody with like a Bucky shirt or hat, and I will legit make my way over and be like, Bucky's. Like, yeah.
You could literally walk into Bucky's and walk out with the following: an awesome birthday, an awesome bathroom trip, an energy drink, a water bottle, an awesome barbecue sandwich, and a new outfit all at once. You go in, you walk out with all that, and an outfit,
Gourmet
a shirt
chocolates,
or some.
fudge.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like I don't do this, but like if you're into beef jerky and stuff, like
Or just a barbecue sandwich to go. Yeah, it's awesome if you're into
yeah,
if you like
they have
barbecue.
food there too.
Yeah.
Like we talking Epstein tonight. Yes, Paul. A little bit of Epstein. All right, I know I'm totally behind.
What? Bucky's is going to Indiana? No way. I thought it was a Texas chain.
Interesting.
Wow.
All right, moving on, because Paul wants to
Moving
get to
on up.
Epstein. Even though Paul, do you want to come up? You have the link. Come up. So that's where Beckham buys his t-shirts. Do you own a Bucky shirt?
No, actually, I bought what I bought one, and I got compliments in LA on it at least 2 or 3 times. Just being out was a Grinch who stole Christmas Bucky shirt. It was pretty cool when I bought it, and I got compliments in LA because I bought it before I went to LA, and I wore it during Christmas time in LA with Shelly, and it was like I got compliments just being out at the stores or whatever on it. Oh, nice shirt. They didn't know it was Bucky's. They just said nice shirt, you know.
Interesting. Capone is saying they're putting in a Bucky's near my mom in
Dude,
Colorado.
wow, they're expanding then. Holy crap, that's crazy.
I own a Bucky.
The little doll guy.
Oh, Bucky's. Oh, man. All right, let's move on from something very pleasant like Bucky's to, So Liz, who's my official Brian Walsh correspondent, who was supposed to be on tonight with us.
Oh, yeah, she loves this case or something.
I know,
right?
I shamed her. She was like, yes. I shamed her for not coming on tonight. All right. So for those following this, and Beckham and everybody in the chat, I have to hear your thoughts on this because the news broke. It was earlier this week. I was at work and I was just super busy and I hadn't been checking my phone for hours. And finally I get to my phone and Liz was blowing it up because the news had broken. So again, Brian Walsh is facing a murder trial because of his missing wife, Anna Walsh. So there's 3 charges that he was facing. But on Tuesday, Brian Walsh pled guilty to misleading police and improper conveyance of a human body related to the death of his wife. So what that means is 4 months since she's gone missing. He has, I don't know where she is, so on and so forth. Well, that's a lie. We don't know where she is. There's video of him driving around the state, even though he's supposed to be on house arrest, going up to different dumpsters, dumping large trash, heavy looking trash bags. Her body has never been found to this day. Police were able to pull bags in time before they went to the incinerator. I think it was from Swampscott, where his mom lives in a condo. And there was a ton of evidence in there, but not her. nothing, no body parts of Anna. But he also admitted to, pled to basically improper disposal of Anna. So when he's saying for all these months, I think he's been in jail for 2 years waiting trial. Like, I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. That's a lie. He disposed of her body and he's admitting that. But even though he's pled guilty on those two things, but he still faces the murder charge. So jury selection has begun. Brian Walsh's attorney made it clear he is not admitting to murdering his wife. Quote, Mr. Walsh is prepared to admit to the recitation. I totally mispronounced that. Recitation. And I totally whatever, I'm mispronouncing it. Of facts with respect to the indictment that the government just read, insofar as it alleges he did impede and obstruct the criminal investigation into the disappearance of Anna Walsh. We obviously object, and he's not admitting to murder, end quote. So the judge had said to him directly, because we wanted this on record. So Mr. Walsh, so quote, Mr. Walsh, did you in fact willingly remove or convey the body of Anna Walsh or her remains not being lawfully authorized to do so, end quote. Brian Walsh responded, quote, yes, Your Honor, end quote. So Brian faces a maximum sentence of 10 years on the misleading police charge with up to 20-year sentence enhancement if convicted of murder. He also faces up to 3 years in prison for the conveyance charges. Prosecutors have said they plan to get this, up to 60 witnesses in the state's case against Brian Walsh. So again, he's the one, if you're thinking, wait, what's this case again? He's the one with the iPad searches on his 6-year-old son's iPad, how to dispose of a body, how long before a corpse, like so on and so forth. So what do we think, folks? He's admitting, yes, I lied to police and I obstructed their investigation. Yes, I disposed of her body, but I did not kill her. Beckham, what are you thinking?
This is going to... Oh man, it's interesting. This has a major plot twist in it. Good luck trying to figure this one out.
And you know who worked this case?
No, oh God, that's right.
Trooper Proctor.
Trooper
Bukaki. And they searched that iPad before.
Can you imagine if he walks because of their due diligence? And we know how good that is.
He pled guilty to 2 of the 3.
Yeah, but okay, but I'm just saying he might not get sentenced very long.
Mm-hmm. Because all it takes is one juror to have reasonable doubt that he killed her. And you know for damn sure the defense is going to bring up who worked this case.
Yep. You can actually say that is Proctor a killer? At this point, I'm just saying.
What I was wondering going into this trial was, how was the defense going to explain those iPad searches? Now we know how they're going to explain it, because he's admitting, yes, I did dispose of her. But I'm very curious how they're going to, what is he going to say? I stumbled upon her and she was already dead and I got in her, or she fell down this, I'm wondering how this is going to play out. He can't appeal if he pled. So he pled guilty to 2 of the 3. So misleading investigators and then dismembering, not dismembering, that's not the charge. Basically improper disposal of Anna. It's the murder charge that he's saying I didn't do. So we'll see. We'll see. I am so curious how this is.
I wonder what Liz thinks on it.
Yeah, we were shocked, because at first, I'm just making sure I'm caught up with you guys. Okay. At first, it was, when the news broke, it was he pled guilty to 2 charges. And we were like, wait, what about the murder charge? Nothing was said on that. So it was like, wait a minute, is he not going to stand trial for murder? And was this the state's way of just like, our investigators fucked this up. Let's just take what we can get and move along. We didn't know for hours. And then the news was updated saying the state will still be trying him for the murder charge. In the trial set to begin December 1st. So Monday, December 1st. Right now is jury selection and all of that kind of in pre-trial motions, if you will. So I've already said to me and Liz have already planned if we can get to the courthouse and take a vacation day at some point. We definitely want to try to go down there. I don't know if this will be open to the public or not. At the very least, I can, make a day of it. And Dedham's beautiful. So kind of, I don't know, but we have been on this. Liz is so, oh my gosh, the amount of knowledge she has on this case and on Brian Walsh, like all his life leading up to this. Incredible. Follow her on Instagram, you guys, if you are not already, the Liz Files. She, when breaking news posts, like I'll just kind of like reshare and just very quickly, she takes the time to get these great photos to go along with what she's posting. She types these long, here's what's she's so detailed, y'all. I'll just end up just reposting her thing and I'm like, follow her, follow my friend, follow her on Instagram, the Liz Files. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. But I just love it. Beckham. It's like, yes, I lied to police saying she's missing. Actually, know what? No, that was a lie. Yes, I cut up and dismembered her. Yes, I got rid of her body. I didn't kill her.
I know, but as much as you just want to just grab him and be like, look, you dumb whatever, you killed her. You got to prove it.
I know.
And that takes exceptional work. And it takes, I'm kind of talking crap on Proctor, but it takes exceptional work, due diligence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Following your, code of ethics. Are you taking one of those meme drinks? Oh.
Oh no.
Like Kermit drinking the cup of tea like he's I was saying that. Oh.
So
that was perfect timing if you were planning that, by the way.
I wasn't actually. I'm just good like that. I wonder if they're going to subpoena Proctor to testify in this.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean, it's a
I'll watch that. I'll watch that part of the case.
Well, Beckham, I will make sure. Me and Liz will make sure to keep you posted and be like, Beckham.
Yeah, if Proctor gets called out or whatever,
he's gonna have to testify.
Let me know. I'll watch that part of it.
All right, we'll do. Okay, so this next case. So we've talked about this a little bit. News, maybe a month ago. News has been kind of slow right now, but this week. So singer D4VD, David. So in regards to the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, so he has finally been identified as a suspect in connection with her death. So quick reminder, her body was found decomposed in September inside his Tesla at a Los Angeles tow yard. And I did several weeks ago when we talked about this, give a recap of kind of where everything stood in regards to the investigation at that time. Sources say that rapper D4VD has not been cooperative in the investigation. The thing is, because of, her body was so beyond decomposed that the medical examiner, as of now, is still working to determine a cause of death. So this was, again, just a little bit of information that broke.
This is kind of a confusing case because of the timeline. No suspects for a long time. I know they were trying to get the evidence, that kind of thing. Subpoena stuff, all that. I think the family, or I'm sorry, I think was it the family that hired a private investigator? I believe.
Yeah, Celeste's family.
Yeah, sorry, I don't want to cut into.
Which he'd been missing for a while.
Right. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, trying to get the timeline right before they move forward with everything. That's crucial, man, is the timeline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, D4VD was, I mean, he's going to deny that they were boyfriend and girlfriend because he was over 18 and
Yeah, and
she
she,
was like
yeah,
13 at the time.
right.
That they were, it's crazy. But yeah, he has not been cooperating with police. And yeah, Tony Stewart, I'd never heard of him until this case as well.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was
And
either.
now that's kind of, yeah, I mean, justice needs to be done for Celeste and Celeste's family because what happened to her is absolutely horrific. But kind of as Beckham's saying, this is a tough one in regards to, yes, it's his vehicle. Who was driving the vehicle? Who had access to this vehicle? There's so many little parts where it's like, this is going to be a tough one. But I thought when I was listening to other podcasts cover this, and I'm not an expert on Teslas, I thought people were saying that they have cameras like surrounding. So I guess I don't understand why that hasn't been.
And shouldn't it be like collected to a cloud or something? I mean, I don't, of course, I don't either. But
There have been since this other cases I've heard where that video camera like around a Tesla has solved other, kind of, it could be
yeah,
something simple like something happened to someone's vehicle in a parking lot, but it was able to be captured because
right.
somebody in the lot had a
Or
Tesla.
people spitting on them, people spitting, walking by, spitting on them. That's what it was capturing.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, so point being, if it's able to capture that, it has like a full view, it should be able to capture who was driving this vehicle, who's the one that drove it there, who had access. Like there's a lot of questions that, and maybe law enforcement does know that and have not said. But for so long, D4VD has not been identified as a suspect, but now he officially is. So we will see what kind of comes of it. But yeah, one of my old coworkers, she texted me because we've been messaging about this case, and she's like, finally, and I'm like, right, like crazy. Two more cases. We'll leave Epstein till the end. So Corey Richens, she is the Moscow Mule Mom, as Nancy Grace calls her. So she is still behind bars waiting for her upcoming trial in the murder of her husband, Eric Richens. So for those who don't remember this case, we have talked about it. Eric was killed in 2022 by a lethal dose of fentanyl. And prosecutors say Corey put this into his Moscow Mule drink to cash in on his life insurance policy. So apparently he had been, one of the things the state is arguing that she had attempted to kill him before and failed. And then this was the lethal dose that did it. So the defense is saying that new evidence has come forward, so she should be released on bond until the trial begins. The judge refused to grant her bond despite this, quote, new evidence. So what is this new evidence that I'm referring to? Well, a key prosecution witness is now recanting his testimony specifically. So the drug dealer that she had her housekeeper purchased the fentanyl from is now kind of denying that he ever sold the fentanyl to Corey Richens' housekeeper. So because of that statement, now the defense is saying release her. And the judge said no. Quote, the judge said, quote, while defendant may be able to use the witness's recent recantation to poke holes in the state's case, the holes are not substantial enough to undermine the court's prior determination regarding substantial evidence, unquote. End quote. Did I just say unquote?
You did.
End quote.
That was funny.
I'm going to trademark it, unquote. So that's the latest. Again, she has not stood trial yet. We are waiting, but she has been behind bars this whole time. And if you're like, wait a minute, I think I know this case. She's the one that wrote that book, with her children, for her children, about, oh, daddy's passed away, but he's still with us, and it cashed in on that. It's, again, innocent until proven guilty, but wild. Thoughts, Beckham?
This is, I mean, God, man, that's crazy. Like seriously, do we know how much the life insurance policy was worth?
Oh gosh,
I mean,
I don't remember
was it
offhand.
like God, like,
She was not the beneficiary.
what?
She was not, and then she called
Wow,
the insurance company to get it switched to
that's
her name, and
really
the insurance
messed up,
company
dude.
alerted him, and he switched it back.
That's really messed up. That's
And
karma, dude. Karma all the way. That's messed up. Like for real. Again, this is she like? Does she have mental health issues?
we'll find out at trial.
Yeah, like, this is like I'm not saying like normal like everyday stress from whatever, right? I'm talking like really bad because if oh my God, yeah. I mean, at this point, it's gonna be karma. I mean, the judge. I'm glad the judge did stand his ground,
Mm-hmm.
um, or her ground, whatever. But
Yeah.
like this will be interesting to keep up with, only because of the possibility that just happened with the witness issue. Um, yeah, man, it's just crazy at this
Yeah, her
point. Believe
whole
in karma.
story of like, oh, I made him a Moscow Mule, and then I went into my son's room and I fell asleep in there, and my phone was in the bedroom, and
Oh
hours
my
passed, and then when I went
dude, what
in,
is wrong with people,
but in
man?
reality, because law enforcement, yeah, they can look up your phone. She deleted messages, but it turns out she had her phone with her. She was moving throughout the house. She was texting there. So like all of that is on there. And yeah, it's just,
Do people not
man,
realize that the first thing they do in a murder like that like police go and check on life insurance policies?
and Beckham, let's not jump back to another case, but law enforcement, correct me if I'm wrong, Beckham. Law enforcement is the one that when something happens and they get to your phone, they can look up deleted search histories, deleted
Yeah,
messages. So when you think it was
once you get the
deleted, it's
subpoena
not.
for that,
Is that
yeah,
correct?
yes, you get a subpoena and you get
Okay.
everything. Yep.
Thank you. So a law enforcement officer, Trooper Proctor, should have known that the searches he made and quote unquote deleted would come up during an investigation.
Yeah,
Correct?
I can't say anything there, man. I don't know what to tell you.
It's just like I can't get over that. I can't get over that. But anyway, so we'll see. We'll see. But that's kind of what came up with. I'm glad the judge said no. You're staying behind bars.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big deal right there to me.
Mm-hmm. So last week we had like a full hour just of like an open talk about all the news stuff in regards to what's happening with like Epstein and the Epstein files and the lists and so on and so forth. So there was a little just a little bit of an update that I'm going to briefly say, but other than that, I just wanted to leave a couple extra minutes at the end of tonight's show if anybody is just like with what's going on with that, like, yeah, here's my feelings, here's my thoughts, so on and so forth. This is again a safe space. This is where we're here to kind of have those conversations about what's going on in true crime.
Talking about Epstein?
Yeah, just briefly in regards to, and I want to make it
What
clear.
did I tell you when we first
Back on, let me
4
finish.
years ago?
Let me finish. This is not a political bashing of like, see the Democrats or see the Republican. It's not that. This is Epstein. Yes, there are other political people involved, but this is about Epstein. So with that being said, okay, Beckham, go ahead.
What did I tell you? What was he part of? Who was he?
You're not on camera, and two, you can just say, but you don't want to.
An asset or something. I told y'all. Well, I didn't. This show didn't exist back then, but I told y'all there was something that as soon as I heard about him, and I was, wait a minute, why is he able to manage all this money without any licensing at all?
I've heard.
I found that to be very odd, and we did a rabbit hole dig and all that, and yeah, man, it's come out to be true. I just, the only thing that I am surprised at, or what's come out recently, is his involvement in bioscience. I guess,
Hmm.
like with humans. I didn't know he was that, and I didn't know it went that deep as far as like intelligence work and that kind of thing. And but yeah, that's what's coming out to me. That's surprisingly. Hold on, give me 1 second. Be back.
Yeah. Oh, good. So, little bit of a update from last week. So on Tuesday, the House of Representatives passed a bill ordering the release of the Justice Department's files on Jeffrey Epstein. It passed 427 to 1 with GOP Rep. Clay Higgins as the only vote against it. So the bill will now head to the Senate. So again, it's still a bit of a way from the files being released. I know there's still so much like, will the files ever be released? I don't know. But
They're
about
supposed to
12
release them
of
next
Jeffrey,
week.
what?
Aren't they supposed to release them next week?
Last I knew, it was still headed to the Senate. I don't know if they voted on it. Did I miss that?
Oh yeah, dude, where you been?
I've been working like 12-hour days, dude.
I think it's next week.
Okay. If I'm behind on that, then
And then people are like, why don't they just release them now?
no shit. Ain't that the statement of the century? Why don't they just release them now? I still don't think they'll ever be fully released. I really don't. I think there will be things blocking it.
Let's get to the dirty of the dirty, Danny. What do you think is in there?
That could be a whole
Say
show
it!
on itself.
Say it!
The Senate passed it. Thank you. Okay, my bad for being.
Where
a
are
little
you
behind.
been, Danny?
They have 30 days to release it. Okay, so
Oh, I
okay.
thought it was. I'm sorry. I thought it was next week. My bad. That's right. It's a month. Sorry, it's a month.
Thank you. What I took away from Tuesday was that 12 of Epstein's victims, including Virginia Giuffre's brother, were seated in the front row of the gallery when the voting happened. And then several of them spoke outside the Capitol, and they spoke about Donald Trump kind of criticizing his handling of the matter, which we could have a whole conversation on that, but it is what it is. So with that being said, what are we all thinking? I know what you got. Okay, I know what you guys are saying. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Will they fully be released? I don't think so. I think there's going to be something.
Because I've heard rumors that if it was completely released, it'd be like, I don't know. Could we have like war started? I don't know. Like,
there's so Tony Stewart's saying no. James Watson, a big stream of suicides coming up. Yeah, I was actually just having that conversation with someone recently. Yeah.
So this is one. So okay, I only have two things to say, really. Or three things.
Or 4 or 5. Why limit it?
3 things. Okay, one, I have been right from the start about this for like 5 years ago. Intelligence asset, money. This guy doesn't know the stock market. This guy doesn't know how to do any of that. No license, nothing. He was just handling cash for whatever. He had, for secret keeping. And let's just put it that way. God, as many secrets of people that I know, I should get paid for that too. Anyway, what was my second point? Oh, the guy that had to release himself from being a prince. What was it? Was he like that? Was he a prince or what's his name?
Oh shit!
That was real. That guy got that guy lost his position of power for this reason. Whatever that guy is, that prince, whatever guy, right?
Prince Andrew?
Yeah, that guy. He was released from his position because of this. That was real. God, lastly, damn it, what was my other point? Oh, right. So whenever it started coming out about what the FBI seized when they went in, they raided his house, his apartment in New York, whatever, townhome. The picture of a former president, the painting in the front of President Clinton with the red shoes and all of that in the dress. I've always thought that was a holding of a reason to remind somebody of something. That was very odd to me. And a matter of fact, Joe Rogan talked about that particular issue, like this week or last week about it. He's like, man, don't you think that's weird? That what if whoever the guest he had on, he's like, what if I had a painting of you in that that way, in that manner, right in front of the door when you walk in? Wouldn't you think that was weird? What would I be saying to you? He was telling the guest. What would I be saying to you? Welcome to my home, and then like you just like move over and you see yourself in that position of a painting of yourself in that, caught that way. There's a message there with that painting. There's a message in another painting. This could get a little bit of political here, but I'm sorry. Where he has another president, George W. Bush Jr., sitting like a 5-year-old playing with paper airplanes, like, oh, look at me, dum 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 dum, dude. That says a lot. Those two, you don't have to. You know what? I don't have to see the paint. I don't have to see the files. I mean, as far as I get it. I'm unfortunate that what happened to to those women, but they have their court cases, right, and all that kind of stuff going. I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But just with those two paintings say a lot. There. What was he holding over somebody with those?
I think he was holding a lot over a lot of people.
Right.
And to me, nothing
particularly
is
though you have
coincidental. It's strategic.
Right. You have two ex-presidents of the United States in those positions of paintings on your wall. Come on, man. It ain't take a rocket science to figure that out. That's really dangerous. That's disrespectful. That's dangerous. What the hell what do you know? What happened? All that kind of stuff. Will we ever know? Probably not. But at least that should give you a picture that this went to the highest office of government of one of the best and the strongest countries in the world on this planet.
Yeah. There's I think a lot of powerful people are freaking the fuck out right now. And like kind of going off of what Beckham was saying, I don't think like the average person would be like, oh, it's I like this image or whatnot. Like, no, with Epstein, everything was strategic and it was for a purpose. And it was always a power move. Everything he did day in and day out was a power move, with the power being focused towards himself and Elaine at the time. So
I know. Yeah, I mean, that was disrespectful if you ask me.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But to me, there's more than just that's a disrespectful image.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, it means something.
It
means something.
That.
Yeah. The mockery. I'm sorry, there's the word I was trying to find. The mockery in that.
Yes, that's an excellent word choice. Yep. So a few people have said, so Tony Stewart, national security problems if the files are fully released, is what you're thinking. K-Dog saying no files if ongoing investigations are going on. Justice Department just announced they are opening sole investigations related to the files. James is saying Epstein was so good at his job, he was given an $80 million New York City townhouse by a client. The townhouse is discussed in Virginia's book. Randy Andy, yeah.
But like what?
Disgusting.
Like good at his job to what? Just like I said, keeping people vulnerable and keeping secrets. And I mean, he didn't know how to trade. He wasn't a trader.
No, he was, like I said, everything was a power move.
Yeah.
in
But
having
who was
something over
controlling? Yeah.
somebody.
Who gave him that access to who gave him that ability to do that first? Where does that go? Where does this
Yeah.
go?
Where did that? Yeah. It's like he was I hate to give someone like him credit. It pains me, but he was very
Manipulative.
manipulative,
Yeah. Yeah.
charismatic to be able to get to the position and to use and work through the people that he did. You don't get as successful, and I hate to say that word,
I've
as
met
he was if you're not good at conning and
I was
manipulating.
gonna say I've met one person in my entire life that was God, he could get us in anywhere. This dude, anywhere, any situation. This guy, I was like, early 20s, but this guy, somebody brought him around. We met. This dude could get us in anywhere, and just like bribe the shit out of people just talking to them. He could tell the biggest lie, but make it sound so real. I've met one person like that,
Mm,
and I still remember this guy. And yeah, some people have that ability, man. Like it's just like I don't know, it's weird, but at the same time, like you said, you have to give credit because they're able to do something that like most people can't.
yeah.
I've met one guy like that, and that just like was like I still remember him.
I'm really, really glad you mentioned that because we all know of somebody to maybe not to that degree, but somebody in our personal life at work that they're very charming and they're able to win over the people. They're able to win over clients or whatnot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But as like describing, let's just the example Beckham was saying with the gentleman that he knew, most people don't use like think of how you could use that ability. You could use it, it could just be like Beckham said, oh yeah, use it to get into
Well, you
places
could
or
use. I mean, you could
whatnot.
use it to be
Use it in your
successful,
career.
right?
But
Right.
when you use it the way Jeffrey Epstein
Right.
did, it's fucked. It's dangerous. So yeah. But that's an excellent kind of lesser example of like somebody who's able to in the personality. You look at the personality of them because it's not just the words, it's not just what they're saying that is like, okay, I'm buying into what you're saying. There's the personality behind it. They have to be charming. They have to be able to, there's just so much behind it. And
Oh, I have awesome stories about gaining access to places. Danny had some of her
that's
stories,
what we'll be discussing in
but
the Beckham
man,
After Dark Vegas
but
edition.
like, but anyway, yeah, it's. I've met one, like we had to disassociate ourselves from this dude because he was just bringing too much. Like I said, he was involved in too much bad stuff. But
Mhm.
his ability to like you said, it was almost like, man, if you great point, if he would have used his ability to do all this stuff and like maybe done the right thing, you could be easily successful in any career path you chose. I mean, like, you know what I mean? You
Mhm.
have that ability, and it wasn't trained to you by the U.S. military, because the intelligence agencies train people like to be able to gain, to how you manage yourself around people, how to gain access to different things, right? They train you in different aspects of government to do that. But this guy was just natural at it, man, and this guy was fucking good at it like shit. Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
it's easy to see on a lower level.
Yeah.
Again, keep Epstein like in the back, back of your mind, but it's on a lower level how this gentleman you're talking about, it's like, hey, we have access to this, and then you go, and then something happens again on a lesser level, but now it's, oh gee, yeah, and you don't want that coming out, and now this person knows that little thing. Now think of that on a higher scale, like someone like Epstein. This is not a people, it's not a unique thing in regards to people having that ability to kind of have that. This is just a Epstein was a horrible, horrific individual that I like I said, I'm sure a lot of powerful people right now who thought my secret is it's not
Well,
getting out
like I said,
there.
the newest thing I'm surprised I did not see coming from this was his access to the people of bioscience that dealt with humans,
Mm.
and like testing and doing this and doing that, like something about he was trying to get in with of course people in that orbit about, hey, we can make black, like, I don't want to sound like I'm racist or anything, but this was like a quote that he said in an email, we need to make black people smarter or something like that. And like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Like all kinds of testing and stuff like that. It's just like what was he where was he going with that, right? Like, because that ever since the COVID thing, man, you're talking before, when was he murdered? I mean, well, I'm gonna say murder. When did he supposedly die? Now I'm hearing another rumor. That he's alive and he's hiding somewhere, but I don't know. But
No.
he was murdered. Was he murdered pre-COVID or after COVID? Pre-COVID, right?
Pre-COVID.
It's
Let me
pre-COVID.
look.
Yeah, with this.
August 10th, 2019.
Okay, so with this whole COVID thing, like, and the the bioscience stuff, holy crap, that's dangerous to think about. Government intelligence agencies and the whole, disease and all that stuff, man. It's like, what was he? Like, it's almost like he felt. This is very egotistical of him, but he probably was that anyway. But hey, I conquered this. I have so many. I've already done all this with like the most powerful people. I have them around my finger. I can twirl them around. Let's go into this other area of. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, let me dive into this other area here.
And now
That's
using those relationships because you have
exactly,
something over
yes.
them. And
Right.
your status is up there because you
right.
now are with
And
them.
then COVID, and then just think about it. Then COVID happened, and we all know how there's a lot of stuff going around about what was the reality of COVID, who benefited from it, all the money and all that stuff. It's funny how he was getting into that, then he dies, he gets caught, he dies, and then COVID happens. Just saying.
Well, while you were talking, I pulled it up on my phone. So there's a Harvard professor. This clip has gone viral, 5.1 million views, because of their ties to Jeffrey Epstein. So let me just quickly play the audio clip.
With respect to,
sorry.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein, and that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activities for a time, but I think it's very important to fulfill my teaching obligations. So, with your permission, we're going to go forward and talk about the material in the class. Some of you will have seen my statement.
So his voice was a little, someone filmed it in the middle of the class. So what he's saying is, some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein. In that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activities for a while. But I think it's important because I still have my teaching obligations. And so with your permission, we're gonna move forward and talk about the material in the class. That's a professor at Harvard.
Now I mean, that's right. Like like I said, he was egotistical. He felt he conquered. He already had this area, and like you said, he used his connections because he could twirl certain people by the edge of his finger, and moved into a more complex area of, I don't know how you want to word it, but you know what I mean. Like, he moved into a different vile place.
I would call him a social climber, to like get to the more powerful people, like the most powerful.
Well, you can literally control science. and human activity and human whatever direction of humanity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So are you guys in the chat again, I want to make sure that we are hearing what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, it was the pharmaceutical industry for sure
Speaking of
benefited from it.
Clintons, Hillary and Bill have both been subpoenaed to appear before a hearing in Washington on the case, and both have refused to attend. Tony Stewart, maybe why some ain't talking, people may be assassinated if they begin talking too much. That is an excellent point. Good at his job was being sarcastic, right? K-Dogs, he was a CIA operative. Yeah. Yep. Beckham has a lot of good info. I'm impressed. All right, Tony, with comments like that, you might get timed out. So
Thank
just
you, Tony. That's why I'm here.
Cool, Tony.
That's why I'm here.
Epstein was a Mossad operative. That's what has been questioned a lot. K-Dog, this is an excellent point. Banks are required to report suspicious activity to the Department of Treasury. They found 5,000 transactions totaling over $1 billion related to Epstein that weren't reported. Who covered that up?
Yeah, because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He knew he was doing illegal shit. That's why. That motherfucker, like I said, he's smart and he has his special ability to do all that we've already talked about. But that guy doesn't even have a high school degree.
Yeah, right when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is a Beckham thing. Because what does Beckham always say? Follow the money.
Yeah, but dude, he didn't know what the hell he was doing. 5,000 transactions. Come on, dude. He doesn't know what he's doing because he's not licensed. He doesn't know the laws. And there's a lot of laws. If you have your 6 and 7 license to be able to trade, there's a lot of laws you have to learn about. And it's not easy. It's not something to pick up just, okay, you have to test and do all kinds of, I mean, it's not.
And that's where the personality comes in.
Right.
That you are able to be convincing. And yeah. Tony saying JP Morgan, Epstein buddy, would not surprise me if Osama went in and got him out or killed him. Not a suicide. It was not a suicide. Who benefited from COVID? All the streaming services that all went online just in time for that's a whole conversation. Karen Diamond, my heart breaks for his victims. Crimes against women still going strong. Well said.
That's not over yet. I don't
know.
No. Yeah.
There are also like 40 new billionaires after COVID, all the pharmaceutical industry. Yeah. Yep. All doctors prescribe. The bank's covered for him. K-Dog, absolutely. 100%. I'm really glad you brought up that point. I'm really glad you brought that up. I think, this is really good timing for, again, and I'm not just saying it to be like, oh, read it and be a part of it Tuesday. But like, again, going back to Virginia's book, I think this is such an important time for like her story to come out with just the background of like her experience with Epstein, because it's, oh my God, like reading a lot of the stuff, it was kind of like things that happened that I was like, oh, I forgot about this, or kind of, and for those, I won't get into a ton of it because again, we'll talk about it Tuesday. Virginia does not skimp on details. She doesn't leave the reader, like, let it go to your imagination. No, she's very specific in everything she talks about in this book, including things that are very uncomfortable to think about and to discuss, but she does it because it has to be done. And we'll get into that. I encourage anybody who wants to participate in this, or if you're just going to sit back and say, before I buy the book, I want to listen to your review or whatnot. But yeah, Paul is back. The emails are wild. Yeah.
Paul has been really keeping a close eye on this. I'm like every morning. I'm like, Paul, what's an update?
Yeah, I was saying to Paul, like, come on and talk about this. But according to one Hillary, when he was having an affair, Steve Bannon's all over them. James Barkley, sorry, late to the table. Good to see you. Have we talked about Sonia XLB? No, we have not. K-Dog, Beckham, would you like to read K-Dog's comment?
The most important news is Sarah Boone is being bullied by some inmates. Go figure. She's probably annoyed the shit out of him.
But I mean, Becca, what advice should we give her? Discuss it with your attorney. Oh, wait.
You don't have one.
Wait, attorney number what? 15?
I was going to say 13, but I could be wrong.
13, 14, I don't even know. 27. I don't know.
That's funny.
I missed that
Oh,
headline.
yeah, we haven't even
I would
talked.
have
Sorry, we
definitely
didn't even
made that news tonight.
I'm sorry, we didn't even talk about Maxwell. Yeah. Dude, she's getting I read earlier today that she's getting a lot of privilege, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
holding. Yeah, in the holding. She's not far from me. She's only like a couple of hours away from me in that prison. She's not very far from you, but she's got a lot of privilege.
On it? All right, Kate. Okay, Sarah Boone. I don't see anything. Where are you? I figured she's being bullied by inmates, but I don't see it. I just see the latest. She's now on her 13th attorney.
Where's Russell to defend himself, James, on that one?
Russell conjugal visits.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see anything about her. I'm not surprised, but can you send me the DannyAfterDark@gmail.com? Please send it to me because I really, really want to read it. I always figured the Clintons were in it. Yeah, Maxwell's still in club. Yeah, totally. What else was I missing? Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is something that we might kind of, because there's so much to this and it really should be talked about. And again, I want to give that safe platform and space for us to talk about our opinions on this. I think, yeah, right now, going forward, we'll give that little bit of time for kind of what's going on right now this week with the Epstein stuff, and just
K-Dog, that's funny. That's the comment of the night.
That space. They better not go for her Pop-Tarts. Oh. In what, the 5 mints? She should have thrown in there like a good old-fashioned ring pop, bring it old school candy for the sugar. I don't know. I'd kill for a Pop-Tart right now. Oh my God.
They sound good, dude. Pop-Tarts.
I don't think I've had a Pop-Tart since.
I don't like the edges. I have to take the edges off.
Oh, you're one of those.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, it's like, oh.
Becca, when you eat pizza, do you eat the crust or no?
The what?
The crust of a pizza?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I wouldn't have expected that.
It's just the Pop-Tart. The edges, like, get rid of that crap. Let's get to the good stuff.
Oh my God, that's wild. That's wild. Yeah, I figured you would be. So when you eat like a sandwich with like slices of bread, you eat the crust too?
Yeah, it's fine.
Interesting.
It's just the Pop-Tart, man. I don't know why they put those, though. The edges are so, like, it takes you a while to get to the main thing, dude. It just makes me more thirsty. I have to drink more milk or more whatever.
So they make you work to get to that big load of sugar in the middle.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite? Mine's a strawberry.
Oh, gross.
Or yeah, strawberry. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's different kinds, but strawberry is my favorite. You like the cake? You can't
go wrong with an old-fashioned blueberry Pop-Tart.
Those are good. Yeah.
The s'mores are good.
I don't know about the s'mores.
Last I had that, I feel like.
Did you ever have the cake one? Birthday cake?
I haven't had them since I was like really young. I always see at the grocery store, like in holiday, like pumpkin spice Pop-Tarts and shit like that. Yeah, interesting. You know what's funny? Paul went silent. I bet because he's a kid, I bet they have Pop-Tarts in their house and he's making
like, oh, that sounds good right now. And like, it's perfect. Like they put two in a, they seal a little baggie or whatever, however it comes. And that's perfect. It hits the spot. Like 2 of them.
Who needs 2 of them? One of them alone is like a pre-diabetic injection.
Dude, 2 of them are just perfect, dude. Perfect.
Yeah. It's amazing that like kids are getting ready for school and parents will feed them that as breakfast.
Because you can just eat it on a go. But they are messy though. The crumbs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I
No,
don't know
but
about.
okay, I'm talking about from a health perspective. Like,
Dude,
granted,
you can eat
like
anything as a
there's so much
kid,
sugar in
man.
cereal and
You can
stuff,
eat.
but like here, have 2 Pop-Tarts in the
You,
morning
man,
at
dude,
6
they burn it off.
a.m.
Yeah, but they burn it off by like 8 o'clock. Done.
Man. K-Dog, I remember when they didn't have frosting. K-Dog,
What?
was that also when you had to walk to
What the
school
hell? What do you
uphill
mean?
15 miles in the snow
What the
both
hell do
ways?
they mean they didn't have frosting, dude? What the hell? Dude, you know what I'm like been like urged to go get, but I haven't. Did you know
What?
what, dude? Those little white donut things.
Munchkins.
Yeah, I've been wanting
Dunkin'
to go.
Donuts
I haven't had a
Munchkins.
munchkin in a while, like a year.
I should do that for the office next week. No,
Dude, munchkins
holiday.
rule the world.
You know you have good coworkers when they show up with like a box of munchkins.
That would be all. That's awesome. Yeah, because they're easy to eat too. They're like small, and you
Yeah,
can have a
people are like,
couple with your
oh, I'll have
coffee.
1,
Yeah, you can.
2,
Right.
10.
Yeah, but they go like good. They go good with your morning coffee. They're just easier. They're
Mm.
easy to eat.
I think I'll bring some in on Monday morning now
Oh,
that you
they'll
say
love
that.
you for that.
Yeah, I think I'll do that for sure. Short week because of yeah. Hey PJ Wolf, good to see you. I love James Watson. Beckham was around before sliced bread. Fact. That is fact. I just love how you never had a Dunkin' Donuts munchkin until you came here to visit.
I know, and I was like, holy shit! I was like, this is really good.
Your world expanded.
It did. It did.
You know what's so funny? Your takeaway. I was talking about you and Shelly to where I get my where I go for like my protein drinks
Yeah,
and
I was gonna say your
mega
protein.
teas and all that fun stuff and protein shakes.
Yeah.
I was talking to them and they mentioned something about a arcade. We had a conversation about speakeasies and I mentioned, I was like, oh, when one of my best friends, came to, when him and his girlfriend came to visit, we went to a speakeasy arcade in Cambridge. And the girl was like, wait, what? Remember we went to the Roxy's grilled cheese and you go through the freezer door and you're in a speakeasy arcade?
Yeah, and
I'm
the
like,
guy at the door was this big Samoan guy. Or I think it was Samoan. I don't know. It's funny.
But I was like, out of all the things, I'm like, keep in mind, these friends that visited, never been to Massachusetts. We did Salem. We did Boston. We did a haunted museum, the Mimi's, the S.K. Pierce Haunted Mansion. Why did I say museum? Oh, we did do the museum too, the one in Winchendon. But I'm like, I think his favorite thing was that speakeasy arcade. But it was a lot of fun. And Dunkin' Donuts Munchkins. That was Beckham's takeaway from Massachusetts, an arcade and Munchkins.
And the cold one across from the cold one.
Yeah, Sam Adams.
That was a cool sports bar, by the way. It's nice.
Yeah.
The game in.
Yeah. I'm looking forward for when you come and visit, because legit, we are doing Omar's tour.
Yeah. Does it go through the downtown area?
It's a walking tour around Boston. Liz will come and do it again for sure. Because you will love it. Love it. And that reminds me to tell you something off camera. But yeah. Shelley said all of it was amazing. The Italian restaurant. Casa Reche. I went there for my birthday dinner. Casa Reche in the North End. The best, to me, hands down, Italian restaurant in the North End of Boston. And there's a million great restaurants. Casa Reche, best eggplant parm I've ever had. So good. So good.
You know what I wasn't a fan of?
The cannolis.
Yeah, the cannoli thing. I was like, what the hell is this? Y'all, the line to wait to get to them is like an hour and a half or something. It was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that it was. I didn't like it. I mean, I'd rather have a munchkin over that, but that's just me.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Mike's Pastries and what's the other one?
I don't know if Shelly liked it. I don't know. Shelly might have liked the cannoli. I didn't.
Yeah, you will wait in line in Boston in the North End for like a half hour to get, and they have probably 20, 25 different cannolis and they're everything's made fresh there. So many, it's Italian pastry.
Sure.
But you're in line for an hour, cash only. But it's so worth it. So worth it. Yeah, Danny, he loved it. Please take pictures when you guys are on that tour with my love. Is the church tower where Paul Revere hung the lantern still standing? I think so. I don't. Oh my God. Now I don't. Is it? It's like, K-Dog, this is so embarrassing. I just like take it for granted where I'm from. Like even in Salem, when because
Yeah,
I do
wasn't wait,
pet
didn't
shelter volunteering, I take everything there for granted.
wasn't he didn't okay, what didn't somebody famous like that back in that time period? Didn't they live or something or by that restaurant?
Yeah, the Paul Revere house is
Oh, okay,
right,
that's right. That's what I thought it was.
there
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the
It was
corner.
dark. It was dark, but we couldn't really see. But there was like a sign there or something. But yeah.
Yep, the Paul Revere house. Yep, it's right with like maybe 30 feet, 50 feet away from the restaurant we went to. Yeah, I found out recently that Salem has its own Stonehenge. Salem has everything, and it's so funny. Like doing the tours with like Beckham and Shelley, it was one of those like hearing things. Like it was like, oh, right. I knew that and I just don't think about it. Or, geez, I've lived here my whole life and I didn't even realize that thing. Like it's just, I just take for granted that I'm there
Yeah, we're
here
excited.
all the time.
We're excited to come. You talked about that thing beginning of the show.
I talked about the Albuquerque, but I will say, let me bring up the account and people go on Instagram and follow it and stay tuned. And I will kind of just leave it at that. But Crime Story Fest. So the Instagram account is CRIMESTERY_fest, which is an all things crime and mystery festival featuring your favorite crime related podcasters, authors, educators, and experts. Boston, October 2026. Stay tuned. I'm so excited. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But yeah, so needless to say, I have Beckham. I'm going to be seeing you twice next year.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like I was, we want to do that. Shirley and I want to do that thing again, Salem again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you're coming back to Boston, like you can't not. But like, I'll see you in May for Crime Con, and then
I might make it to Boston on a weekend trip for Star Wars, but that's not including like you. Really, it's just the Star Wars movie, but I don't know yet.
Okay. Well, you're not welcome to stay here, but yeah, you're more than welcome to come visit. You just can't stay here. Yeah. Oh God, back. I gotta like mentally. Okay, there will be a GoFundMe launched soon for therapy costs in regards to the fact that I'm like, oh my God, I might have to see Beckham 3 times next year. Oh my God. Oh my God. I will be a doll and I will get you a coffee because I am a good host. But it takes a lot out of me.
Whatever, man.
It takes a lot out of me. And we'll have to hang out with Auntie Mimi, of course.
Yes, of course.
Of course. That goes without. Oh, you know what? I'll just hang out with Mimi. Just do your thing. I don't even need to hang out with you. I'll Venmo her the money. I'll be like, buy him a coffee. You deal with him. It's fine. Go to the mansion. You and Beckham do your thing. Honestly, you'd have probably a much funner time hanging out with Auntie Mimi than you would me anyway. So, because Mimi's amazing. But anyway, all right, folks. Oh my gosh, we are approaching 2 hours. So let's wind this down. But thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And of course, thank you, Beckham, for coming on and co-hosting with me. Again, lots coming up, lots going on. If you missed last night with Paul, Anthony, and Marshall, definitely go back and listen to it. Stay tuned for the announcement of part 2. Next week on Tuesday will be book club, Virginia Giuffre's book, Nobody's Girl. I plan to do a true crime until next weekend. Stay tuned. It's Thanksgiving weekend, so we'll see. Beckham, what's that?
Actually, to James, I was not impressed with that part of it.
There are other
I was
dungeons
like,
in
where
Salem we can go
I thought I
to.
was gonna see like these cool, like actual like you might see in castles from like in Europe or something that I've heard that if you take a tour, they see this, with these torture chambers and things. That's what I thought it was gonna be, but it's not like that.
There's one that I went to after you visited that I'd never been to before.
Yeah.
You would love this one.
Oh, okay.
And it's a
Is it by
little bit out of
Salem?
the. It's not central. It's still walking distance, but not central. So I think that's why I never did. I came upon it one day. I'm like, what is this? It had been there forever. So we're going to go there. You are going to love it. Mark my words. Yes, the other things I announced, let me bring it up. Tuesday, December 2nd, True Crime with Tiff Klein. She will be on the show talking about her podcast. Friday, December 5th, over on not James Watson, a different James, and I will post the link once he does it. Me and James do an annual holiday collaboration. This year we'll be counting down our top 10 holiday gifts. And then again, what I mentioned, as Beckham said earlier, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Beyond the Crime 2026 convention. I will be there and I will be doing a live show presentation. So that is, if anybody wants to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico and see that, you can use discount code Beyond Dark. So, all right, I just threw a lot of information at everybody, but everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Beckham, I'm sure I will talk to you within 5 minutes of after this show. And because life is life. But anyway, everybody go to Dunkin' Donuts and get some munchkins and send me a picture so I can send it to Beckham. I think that would make me very happy. All right, everybody, enjoy the weekend. And remember, until next time, we don't live in darkness. Darkness lives in us. Bye, everyone.